The following is meant for entertainment and educational purposes. It is not meant to establish a doctor-patient relationship. Please consult your mental health provider for your mental health needs. Hello, welcome to Chez Eric, my home where we talk about psychiatry and religion with a focus on how to apply it to your life. And we're going through lecture 2 of William James's the Varieties of Religious Experience. And in lecture 2, he tries to define religion. He wants to circumscribe the topic of what we mean when we say religious experience. Last time we talked about the definition of religion. We said that there are personal and institutional branches. He cut off the institutional, and then he came up with this definition over here. I still have it, right? The feelings, acts, and experiences of individual men or people in their solitude, so far as they apprehend themselves to stand in relation to whatever they may consider the divine. And these are very fancy words we talked about last time to basically mean the things that people do when they're alone. We care about only when they're alone, interacting with something divine. Maybe you agree with this definition, maybe you don't. That's totally up to you. But that's the definition that he's using. And he goes forward to defend why he uses this definition as opposed to, I guess, other ones that would say religious is a gathering or it's a strict rules and regulations of sorts. The reason is because doing this actually avoids a lot of controversy when it comes to religious practices that doesn't have a very well-defined specific idea of God. And he talks about Buddhism and Emersonianism. In Buddhism, he says, that would be, there isn't anything that stands in the place of God in all strictness, like a specific God in Buddhism. And he also talks about Emersonianism, which a dude named Emerson writes a lot of language, a lot of flowery language to describe this idea of something greater. And I'll give an example. This is the example that he gives. He has a lot of examples, but this is the one I'm picking out, all right? These laws, said the speaker, execute themselves. They're out of time, out of space, and not subject to circumstance. Thus, in the soul of man, there is a justice whose retributions are instant and entire. He who does a good deed is instantly ennobled. He who does a mean deed is by the action itself contradicted. He who puts off impurity, therefore puts on purity. If a man is at heart just, then insofar as he is God, the safety of God, the immortality of God, the majesty of God do enter into the man with justice. I think that's supposed to say immortality. Yeah, immortality of God. Anyway, big long quote. I'm wrapping my head around it. I think I know what he's saying, but the purpose of William James creating this quote, and he shows with a lot of quotes, a lot of different examples, is that in this particular snippet, no one's actually talking about God. No one's actually saying an explicit, this is God, this is what God is doing. There is a mention of God, but God is not the primary actor. There's this sort of universal something, a way the universe works. And in this universe, there just seems to be these characteristics, and that's what we understand to be the way things work, how life is, our perspective on life. And William James wants to include this in our investigation of the religious experience. And maybe that's right, maybe that's wrong. That's just what he wants to do. So what are your thoughts? Do you think that this is a good idea, a bad idea? Do you believe that William James is fair to include these things? I mean, in many respects, we can say that this is helpful to us, but in many other ways, we might say, well, maybe we're adding too much. Maybe we shouldn't include Buddhism or this type of language in religion. So yeah, what are your thoughts? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Guess what? I just finished the first edits of my book, and now I'm going to send it over to actual professional editors, and after that's done, and I have to do other steps, and then I'll finally publish it soon. So yeah, just updating you. It's a work in progress. I will keep you updated. Thanks for staying tuned.